Hi, Silke here. Um, I want to talk to you about beliefs. Um, I know that a lot of when you're taking a personal development course, it's very likely that you end up with, identifying a belief, and then you're like, so I want to change it. I can see it's limiting, but I don't know how to move into a more supportive belief. And I've been using beliefs and changing beliefs for the last like 20 years or so. And I've used all sorts of different techniques for changing beliefs. So in this video, I'm just going to share one simple way you can change belief and also believe change a lot of beliefs in one go if you want to. Um, First of all, I want to talk just a little bit about what a belief is. And yeah, a belief is something that we believe. Um, we have beliefs all the time. Even that is a belief, right? So whenever I state one sentence, it's actually a belief. And in the way my belief is that all the beliefs we have been supportive at some point in our life. Even the ones that can seem very restrictive and very limiting at the moment, is actually some that have been supportive at some point of my life, of our lives and my life. So as we expand, as we grow, as we, even if we go from children to adults, but even if we are expanding into, um, you know, creating more abundance or even better relationship or expanding our career, we are coming up against the beliefs at one point were supportive and now it's actually limiting. You might already have beliefs and beliefs that you know that you want to change. Another way of doing it is actually saying, okay, so what do I believe about money, and then start writing all the sentences. Or what do I believe about love, or what do I what do I believe about being seen or being belonging, that kind of thing, and list them all. And then afterwards, like, really go into details and check, is that actually supportive? And sometimes you will need to have somebody else to look at it and see if it's supportive, because sometimes we're completely blind, right? We're so used to the way we see the things that we don't think of it. One other way of identifying a belief, at least one that works for me, is I state something, and then somebody will say to me, "Hey, but is that really true?" And I'll say, "Yeah, well, that is how my life has been. Nobody takes care of me in the traffic, for instance, right? Yeah, but that is the case. Nobody is taking care of my traffic. It's not nobody. Yeah, look after my needs in the traffic. Just a silly example, I know, but get the point. The moment I'm like, well, this is actually how it is. That is the truth. I know I've got hold of a really good belief, right? So that was just a little bit about beliefs. So now to the technique, and it's really, really simple. It's actually just moving your eyes. So you have this belief. Okay, no, before that, it's actually good to have your limiting belief, and then you want to change it into supportive. So just let's talk about that. I believe that it's really good um, to state it in a positive way. So not I stop smoking, or I'm not an outsider. I wouldn't put a supportive belief like that. Um, Again, that's my belief, right? You can choose what you want, what is true for you. I would put more like, I feel that I belong. People tell me I belong. My lungs are healthy. People say to me that it's really nice, the fresh air that is around me. Those kind of things. So that is what I would put as a supportive belief instead. So when you have your limiting belief, get something that is, redefine what is the positive one, or a supportive one. What do you want instead? And you might not find the most supportive one right away, but just that you get something that is better will give you, a new stepping stone to get something that is even better. And actually, that is what we're doing all the time. When you're changing your belief, you will expand, you will get them better and better and better. Right? Okay, so the technique I promised you. So it's simply, I've never actually had a real explanation for how it works. But in NLP we are talking about that, you have the visual up here, and you might have noticed that my eyes sometimes goes up, and that is because I want to, remember what it is I want to talk to you about or get ideas, that kind of thing. So I'm up here because I'm pretty visual. Auditive, remembering sounds, musicians will have it more out here. That would be their, they will listen to things. And then you will have the kinesthetic, so like people feeling into their body, and also the very logical way of thinking, like really, very objective way of thinking would be way more down here. And so you're actually using your eyes up here, you're connecting with your visual images in your head. Here, the auditive things in like both constructed for the future or something that is remembered. And then you will have your feeling, your emotions, your bodily emotions, you will have them here. You will connect more with them when you look down, and also the logical part of it. So the idea is that you will look at your supported belief and say, from a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is, this is absolutely not true, to 10, yeah, sure, of course it is. You will ask yourself, what is it with this belief? How strongly do I believe it? And you will get a number, and just take, whatever comes to mind between 1 and 10. It's usually the good. I usually often start out with 2, 3, and 4. That is, when I'm going to want to change a belief. And then what you do is you can use your finger for it, but you can also just move your eyes. But the point is to have your eyes like go all the way around and like down. So you're really connecting and really getting your eyes. Oh, and I'm not necessarily following it. And you can have somebody to use the eye or be the finger for you, or you cannot. Then you can close your eyes. You can also like have it and just go around in circles like this and go back again. So you can all do this. So the whole point is to get your eyes to move in all sorts of different directions, and get to all the corners and all the sides and up and down. And after that, you just close your eyes and you go on for like 10, 20, 30 seconds, something like that, until your eyes are like, okay, now I feel like just closing them. You just close them a little bit. And then again, you ask yourself, okay, on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do I believe this belief? And, hopefully it will go up. I often stop with when it's like 7, 8. That seems to be fine for me. So that is how you can do it. Now that it's, if you're sitting on a cafe and you identify a belief, which has happened to me for a few times, then I will actually just, close my eyes and then do it. And maybe you can see that I'm actually moving my eyes. I might even put my head down so nobody will think, oh, what is she doing? And you don't actually need the finger. It's just that it can be helpful, and you can have somebody else to do it for you if that will be helpful for you. At least 2 other things I want to tell you about with this technique. Sometimes what I find is that a limiting belief is so stuck that I simply cannot, get out of it. I can't really, find a new supportive belief. Then I will actually do kind of the opposite. I will say, so I will use it on the limiting belief, this technique. and instead I will say something like, you can either do it one away, but you might state again from a scale to 1 and 10, how much is this true, and then you want to see it going down, or you can do the opposite, that 10 is that it's completely untrue and 1 is that it's really solid. Up to you. But you can actually just use it to loosen up the belief, and then you can state your supportive belief, and then you can install that again. One other thing that I have done with this technique is more that if I have, a long list of limiting beliefs and the equivalent of supportive beliefs, and I usually write it in the hand. I don't know if you can do it on a computer, this technique, but you can try. But then I will put one hand on the piece of paper on the beliefs, all the beliefs that I want to install, and that can be like 10, 20, 30 beliefs, and then put it on the belief, and then I go do the whole thing for all of them in one go. So on a scale from 1 to 10, how much do I believe all these beliefs? And then go from there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me know in the comment if you have any questions. I'll be happy to, answer anything that it might have been unclear, or, and I would love to hear how you're experiencing it, and what your experiences are. All right, bye for now.